And I want to say, does our set look a little different than usual? Just a little bit? Well, we are not in our wonderful Nashville studio this week, but we are coming to you from the TBN studios in Israel, which overlook the old city of Jerusalem. And I'm here with over 300 people who have come with me to this amazing place. And I hope that by the time they get home, they're going to be enchanted by the land of the Bible as much as I am. I first came here in 1973, which, by the way, was 45 years ago. I was only 17 years old. Some of you were thinking, oh, you were only 2 or 3 in my dreams. I started bringing groups in 1981, and now I can't even count how many times I've been here. And I never tire of being here, and I look forward every time of coming back. Israel is a tiny little country. It's about the size of New Jersey, with just over 8.5 million people. But it is the center of the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East, and it sits atop the most contested piece of real estate on all the planet Earth. Now, this land goes all the way back to Abraham, and the Jews have called Jerusalem their capital for over 3,000 years, since the time of King David. The Jews were scattered to the ends of the earth after the Romans sacked Jerusalem in AD 70. But exactly 70 years ago, this year, Israel was restored to its ancestral and indigenous homeland. Within 2 hours of becoming a nation again, Israel was attacked by the 5 nations that surrounded it and then targeted for annihilation. This coming less than 5 years from when the Jewish people were almost wiped out by the Holocaust. They successfully defended their tiny little property with borrowed guns, surplus airplanes that weren't made for war, but most of all, with the determined fervor of a people who refused to be victims of the irrational hate that had killed many of their parents and family members during Hitler's systematic murder of Jews. This nation is nothing less than a miracle. And in the years since I've continued to visit here, I have watched the prophecy of the Bible fulfilled, that the dry bones have come to life and the desert has bloomed. And I mean literally bloomed. Areas that once were barren and desolate, they're now lush and green, growing fruits and vegetables that are exported all over the world. It's no longer a sleepy and struggling little country just limping along for survival. It's a military powerhouse and a world leader in technology and medical innovation. You wouldn't have a smartphone without the Israelis, nor would you have seedless watermelons or cherry tomatoes. I don't know which is more important, the cell phone or the cherry tomato. But some of the heart procedures that may have saved the life of one of your family members were developed in Israel. And Israel is responsible for more startup companies than virtually any other nation. Now, many explanations can be offered for that, but from my perspective, while there are a lot of factors, the only real logical explanation is that God has had his hand on this nation and its people. You're going to have fun being with us for this special on-location edition of Huckabee. You're not only going to meet some of the fascinating people from Israel, but we're going to be talking with Oscar-winning actor Jon Voight. We'll hear from legendary country singer, songwriter, and poet Red Steagall. And of course, we're going to have music, because whether in Nashville or Jerusalem, it's just what we do.